Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. The live stream. Waiting for some people to come in, then we'll get started talking about some Scream 6 today. Oh, yeah. On replay, people are going to be like, oh my God, dude, stop. Oh, baby. What's going on, Blucka Blucka? What's going on, Nikki? How you doing? How you doing? Rapid Fire TV, yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to hell, says Fernie. Or I guess I added that little end part there. So, what's going on, Grayson Plays 8? What's good? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Just seen Scream 5 in HD. Nice. Nice, Nico. Good stuff. Jessica, what's going on? What's up, Luke? What's up, JXMY? With a bunch of other stuff. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? We're going to talk about Scream 5, not Scream 5. We're going to talk about Scream 6 today because we don't know too much about it. So I think it's going to be interesting to talk about. What's going on, Tabbitha Martinez? What's going on, Blaze? What's going on, Fernie? I said hello to you. I said hello to you already. What's going on, everybody? What is going on? We are ready to talk about Scream 6. And now that more people have seen Scream 5, I feel like we're gonna have more people to discuss with today. So it's gonna be great. We're gonna have more people to talk to today. Fate Decided says, I'm just here, so don't get fined. What's up, Fate Decided? More like Fart Decided. Oh, I'm just kidding. I love that man so much. God damn, he is cute. I can't wait till Scream 5 comes out on Blu-ray. I pre-ordered it and can't wait for Scream 6 as well. I got the steelbook for Scream 5, man. That thing looks fine AF. Very excited for that. Scream 1981, have you seen or heard of it? I've heard of it, I have not seen it. I know it has literally nothing to do with Wes Craven and all them, so I do know that. So talking about Scream 6, what are some theories you guys want to discuss today? There's that picture of Stu from the behind the scenes of Scream 5 going around, which I thought was pretty funny. Thought a lot of that really really pokes a hole in the Stu coming back theories, but nonetheless, it's exciting to talk about. So what do we think about that? What are we thinking about that picture? What's up, Apollo Balboa? You rewatched Scream 2022, and did you notice that Richie admits in the final act that he wanted to lure Sydney back so the daughter of Billy could kill his killer? So she was a target after all. I mean, like, yeah, but like this movie wasn't set up in a way where it was all about Sydney once again, if that's the point you're trying to make. And that's what I appreciate about Scream 2022. It's like literally every killer's motive when it boils down in all of the first 4 movies is they want to kill Sydney for some reason. And it's like, okay. Dude, it's starting to get old. It's starting to get a little old. So like I guess, but like this movie wasn't all about Sydney, which was a big positive for me. Fernie says could be from a Stab movie. I believe that shot is from the from Stab within the movie that they were watching. It must have been like a deleted scene or something that they filmed. That's Christopher Speed playing fake Randy, which I think is exciting in that movie. If you guys were not aware, he's the dude that makes all the Stab fan films. So he makes some good stuff. Now, talking about some more Scream 6 theories, we are going to be in Montreal this time. So does it take place in Canada? Does it not take place in Canada? I've been doing some more research on Montreal, and I guess that the city is used a lot for like shots for like New York City, because it's a lot harder to film in New York City than it is in Montreal, Canada, for various reasons. Everything's always happening. Something is always happening in New York City, even at 3 a.m. So it's impossible to get in there. What's going on, Popeyes Nuggies? Does Popeyes have Nuggies? Question mark? I don't know. They have an amazing chicken sandwich, but do they have nuggets? That's what I want to know. Nikki says, even after that pick came out, Craven's still going to think Stu will come back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely, for sure. He'll have something. He'll have some kind of counter to that, which is so interesting to me. Very, very funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about the Stu stuff. I think that if that was the whole point of this new trilogy was to bring back Stu, we would have put a finer point on that in this first movie of theirs. So I don't think that's their plan, personally. I think it would be cool if he came back, because it's like, dude, it's Stu Macher, played by Matthew Lillard, playing a killer. Oh my God. Like, dude, I'm so down for that. That sounds awesome, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Can't wait for Jake to go to the Scream 6 film set. I'll go to Montreal with you. I'll take you on a date, babe. Me and Faith decided we're going to Montreal. I'm actually going to go to Montreal because it's actually not too far from where I live. I could drive there. I just need a passport. So next year, I'll be going to Montreal for a filming locations video for Scream 6. So I'll be honest, if I'm going to have to cut maybe the Scream 1996 locations video. I know a lot of people were excited for that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it at this point. California is expensive, and I looked into I budgeted it out of how much it would be to like do everything we want to do for the video, which I won't say what, because there's a lot of cool extra things we want to do. I don't know if it's going to happen, but there for sure this year, I know 2 things are going to happen filming location videos wise. We are going to go to the Halloween Ends filming locations before that movie comes out in Savannah, Georgia. I already have plans to do that later this year. And then we're thinking about going to The Exorcist filming locations, because that's pretty close by as well, not too far from my place. California is on the other side of continental United States for me, so it's going to be a little tougher for me to do that. But I do eventually want to go to the Scream 1996 filming locations. It will happen, I promise. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but it's going to happen eventually. So, has anyone mentioned hospitals yet? No, thank God. Thank you for being the first one to mention hospitals. There's too many hospitals in horror movies. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Apollo says, I personally don't want another college atmosphere, but I don't know how they can avoid it. I have no problem with the college atmosphere. I can see having a problem with maybe being in the same location as as Scream 2, as the last like sequel, so to say. So I could see people having a problem with that. But this is a great segue into what another thing we're live streaming about today, which you probably heard me say a million times over and over and over again, but here I am saying it again for those that don't know. You might be wondering, what's all this crap on the screen that Jake's live streaming with? What is this devil Ghostface guy? No, this Ghostface dude. What's this devil Ghostface dude? Well, guess what? We're making a Scream fan film from the perspective of the killers, baby. Oh yeah, totally different idea for an original Scream fan film. Let's make this happen, everybody. Let's make this happen. There's going to be a link in the description below for the Kickstarter. Literally, like, all we need is $5,000. That's not a lot. That's really not a lot for a feature film. It's not. If everyone gave $1, we'd be there by now. We would. We really would. Just $1. Just $1 to the campaign. Or if you want some like extra rewards and tiers and crap, oh my God, there is some really cool stuff. Like, you see these little cute little ghost face dudes? You can get little tiny little pins of them at a certain tier with a whole bunch of other bonus crap, man. Oh my God, there's a lot of really cool stuff on there. There's also oh man, wow, I totally just blanked. We have a really cool poster in design right now. If you go to the Kickstarter, you can at least check that out. Like, just go to the Kickstarter to look at the perks, you know? There's this really cool poster we're having a real artist make it, and it looks freaking dope. I mean, it looks so cool. It's depicting one of the scenes from the movie where, you know what? I'm going to spoil it. Maybe these two fight. Maybe these two are fighting each other at one point in the movie. That'll happen. But we need this movie funded. All we're asking is $5,000 if we can get that happening. We already got a few backers today, which I appreciate you if you were one of those few backers. I'm going to start saying hello to some more people in the chat. What's going on, Jessica? What's going on, Danilo? What's going on? Called me James. What's going on? What's up, Zoe? What's going on? Rob, you blind? What's going on? What's going on? Some more people in the chat. Some more people in the chat. Renovig, do you think Sam is going to be the opening kill? Probably not, because Melissa Barrera is she's a pretty big actress. I like her too. I know a lot of people didn't love her performance in the last movie. But I don't know. I mean, I think that was kind of the point, you know? She was supposed to be like having like mental issues. She's the daughter of a serial killer. She's not exactly going to be the most like, oh boy, let's go take down Ghostface. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's going to be a little more wooden of a performance anyway. So I feel it. I understand where they were going for. What would ruin Scream 6 for you if they made Leslie Mocker the killer? I would walk out of the theater and go live on my page and say, Scream 6 was a hot piece of poop. That's what I would say. That horned Ghostface red mask could be used for your film. Great point, Castellar. There might just be a devil Ghostface in my film. And to give some more spoilers away, we might be commenting on some Dead by Daylight lore, which if you know where that costume, where this, oh my God, this is really messing me up, where this costume is from specifically, this devil Ghostface costume, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So are you disappointed with the Scream 2022 kill count? No, there was enough kills. And all of them were good besides Vince's kill, I think. Like if Vince's kill was just a little longer, it would have been perfect, but it was like a little awkward, wasn't it? It was a poke to the neck and then Vince just kind of falls over. There was like no suspense, you know? It was like, what? Oh, there wasn't any chase scenes, which the more I watched the film, I just rewatched it yesterday, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird that there's no chase scenes. I didn't feel that at first, but now that someone pointed it out to me, and now I'm just like, yeah, that is kind of weird. Tid Morgan, what's going on? What's going on, Daniel? I see y'all in there. I appreciate you for stopping by and saying hello to me. How close are we to 5K now, man? I will donate when I'm paid if it's still not hit the goal by then. I appreciate that so much. We are at 25% of our goal, so we're at like 1,200 right now. We got to get to 5K. We got to get to at least 50% by this weekend if we're gonna make it. So we need about 2,500 by this weekend if we're gonna make it. So if you guys could support it, I would greatly appreciate it. Literally $1. I mean, $1, and we're a step closer. And like I was saying a minute ago, I was like, literally, if only 5,000 of my subscribers give $1 to it, we have a whole movie. You have a whole movie on the way. A whole nother, like, you got Scream 6 next summer, but you could have a Scream film this year again. Another one, like a full length movie, pretty much. So I think it's gonna like, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be really good. I have so much faith in this movie. I wouldn't be pushing it this much if I didn't think it was going to be that good. It's from the killer's perspective, so it's a totally different kind of movie. And Maverick asks a great question. Are you the killer in your new movie? Yes, I can reveal that to you because I'm going to be straight up with you. The killers are going to get revealed in the first act, like right from the get-go. But that doesn't matter because there's still a massive mystery. You might be like, what? Why are you telling us that, Jake? And it's because, dude, there's so much more to it. You have no idea. Like, literally the killers are gonna stumble upon something and be like, oh my fucking God, we messed up. We messed up big time, and now we got to solve this mystery that is before us. So, yes. What's going on, Florin? Says, hi, Jake. What's up, dude? Quick question. What would you think if Sam is the new Dewey in Scream 6? Like the one who wants to protect everyone, especially Tara. I feel like we're definitely going to have some kind of law enforcement character in this movie. I know a lot of people said that we were going to be what were we talking about? Patrick Dempsey's character was going to come back because that's now canon that him and Sydney are married, which is fucking awesome. I don't know if he's going to be in the next film. I feel like there is definitely going to be some kind of law enforcement character. We killed both of them off in this last movie, so like there's got to be something, especially if the setting changes. We're definitely going to have some random kind of new characters. Something I wanted to go off of, though, in this video real quick, though. I had a little bit of a theory, and I wanted to share it with you all live instead of in a video. So Montreal is actually a place that's known for having shots filmed there for the setting being like New York City. So what I'm saying by that is like typically they'll film a lot of stuff there where stories that take place in New York City, it's easier to film and easier and cheaper to film in Montreal. So could we be going to New York City to where Gale Weathers is? And is that like, could you imagine the opening scene being live on television and it's an attack on Gale Weathers? I think she'll live. But could you imagine if it was like, that's the opening scene, is Gale Weathers getting attacked by Ghostface in New York City? Holy shit. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Thank you so much to the corduroy boy for doing the math on that. If everyone has 65 cents to donate to the movie, we'll be there. Literally, if all my subscribers just give 65 cents, that's hilarious. How do we donate, says Tabbitha Martinez. If you go to Kickstarter, which will be, there'll be a link in the description below. I'm 90% sure. There should be a link in the description below, question mark. I keep saying question mark. I don't know why I do that. But yes, there should be a Kickstarter link there or on any of my various videos that I've been posting lately. And you just have to I think you just have to make an account, like put your credit card information in and then like just say like, hey, I want to back this project for this amount on Kickstarter. And it's like, it's not even that hard to make an account. I think you just got to put like your email, credit card information in and stuff. So it's nothing crazy. Ooh, we got someone in Montreal trying to get an extra role in Scream 6. New way to feel the pain. I hope you get it. That would be awesome. I'm incredibly jealous. Alejandro, what's going on? Scream 6 will be released in December of 2022. Well, considering they're filming it this summer, I hope not, because that would mean that they don't even have a year to do it. So I believe it's going to come out next summer, I would guess. So summer of 2023. Scream 7 should be a two-parter with the first part in 2024 and the second part in 2026 for the 30th anniversary. I would love to see a movie with a cliffhanger ending. That would be sick. Well, I would love Scream 6. Like, I've been theorizing this for a bit now. I genuinely think that Scream 7 is confirmed already. It's not, but this is just a theory, that the movie that Scream 7 is in production, like they already have plans for it, but the ending of 6 is going to lead into that. That's going to be that's going to be the announcement when they have some kind of crazy oh my god, I am so tired. The cliffhanger ending. There's going to be some kind of cliffhanger ending in 6 that bleeds into a 7th film. I think that just would be so cool. Oh, that would be the sickest. That would be the sickest thing, bro. I would kill for that. Wayne, what's going on, Wayne? Scream 6 should have a scene of characters watching the movie House Shark. I went on a bit of a tangent the other night on the Lethal Collective stream. If you guys are not subscribed to the Lethal Collective, it's me, Craven Something Scary, the Night Watch Zone, and Fate Decided. We all talk horror movies every single Friday and sometimes on Monday. And I went on a rant the other night about the worst horror movie I've ever seen, which is called House Shark. It's 2 hours long, and it's the exact same plot of Jaws, but all in a house. And there's a shark running around in the house. It's tremendously bad. I mean, I've never seen something so just terrible. And I don't like crapping on movies. I like to give everyone a fair chance. Even if I see something where I'm like, okay, that wasn't really for me, but like this was cool. You know, I always like to say that. I always like to point that. I don't like to straight up say a movie sucks, because that's not fair. Making a movie is tough. If you actually got a movie made, doesn't matter if it's good or bad. That's an incredible feat. So that's why I'm trying to being a little nicer to films these days. But no, House Shark is just trash. Woodsboro's finest. What's going on? Hey, KillJoy Jake. I'm a man of little detail. I would love to see Sid emotional, reminiscing about Derek while clutching on Derek's frat necklace. Hopefully we see that in Scream 6. Isn't she married? Like, she's not. Derek's way in the past. Like, this is probably terrible, but like, I wouldn't really get upset, you know, about that. Maybe Sydney's still upset about that. I don't know. That's just kind of an odd thing to point out, though. Alejandro says, imagine Jenna Ortega getting attacked in a theater, watching the opening scene of her attack, and this time Ghostface finishes her off. That would be brutal. That would be pretty cool, but it would be really parallel to the opening of Scream 2. Something I'm worried about with this next film is that they kind of just take the same plot as Scream 2. It's a college setting, and you have very similar points and scenes and all that. I don't want that. I want a different movie. If we're going to take it to college, I'm fine with that, but you can do Scream 2 differently, and arguably better, in my opinion. Savvy Film Geek, what's going on? Quick Scream 6 related question. Do you think that they'll bring back Herbie as one of the main characters? Because we know she survived Scream 4. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, she'll come back. Come on. At this point, come on. She's got to come back. They teased it too heavily in that last film, man. You can't just tease us about bringing back a fan favorite character and not do it. Mark Kincaid is smoking. Dude, Mark Kincaid is smoking. Holy jeez. You guys watch Scream 3? Pfft, damn. Man is a 10. Yeah, Wayne, I agree. I really don't think they should make it the same as Scream 2. We should do it differently. I'm okay with the college setting because it makes sense. Tara is a high schooler in this movie. Now she's moving on to bigger and better things. Sam is, of course, going to follow her and protect her. So if she's going to go to college, yeah, I'm totally down with that plot line because there's a lot of fun things you can do with a college setting. Like, I'd love to see, like, a frat party get attacked. Like, that could be the third act, you know? Like, a frat party just getting attacked. Like, a big one. Like, a big modern frat party getting attacked by a Ghostface killer. That would be awesome. What's going on, Saitama? I'm sorry, I'm terrible at this. Scream 6 should have a scene where Ghostface acts like he is on your side, but really isn't. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Jason Dyer, thank you so much for the super chat. If Scream 6 takes place in a hospital, will your head explode? LOL. Love your content and look forward to all your videos. Stu lives. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. Will my head explode? Yes, probably. Every horror movie these days takes place in a hospital or has a scene in a hospital. I'm just like, let's get out of the hospital, man. Jeez. Red Right Hand update. The whole movie takes place in a hospital, as well as any future sequels. It's the one thing I will demand. It's the one thing I'll demand. I want everything in a hospital. I'm just kidding. Stu lives though. The big old question mark there. I don't know if they're gonna do it. If they do it, I won't mind it. I'm not like, it seems like everyone's like on one side or the other. I'm pretty like in the middle. If they do it, sure, cool. Matthew Lillard. I'm not gonna complain about that. That's awesome. But I just don't think that's the route they're gonna go. I think Radio Silence is going to go wild in Scream 6, and I hope it's going to happen. Heck yeah. Who do we want to see come back the most, though? Do we want to see Kirby come back? Do we want to see Stu? Do we want to see... What's a character from the past you want to see come back for Scream 6? Like, that could happen. Like, I feel like Stu is kind of right here. Like, you know? Who else is coming back for Scream 6 that we could see? I hope Skeet Ulrich is in the new one, like 2022. I hope Tara survives as well. Here's the thing that sucks. They kind of have to bring Skeet Ulrich back now because it wouldn't make sense if he just disappeared. You know what I mean? Because he was a Force ghost in this new one. They kind of got to bring him back, right? Because like if he just disappears, it's kind of weird, right? Aurora, what's going on? Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a whole lot. Mr. Cheese, too. I forgot to say hello to Mr. Cheese. And Liv McKenzie. Liv McKenzie is alive, guys. She took a bullet to the head like a champ, and she is back commenting on the stream. I appreciate it so much. Ooh, here we got a good suggestion here. I see Kirby, I see Stu, and I see Joel. Yes, I would love to see Joel come back for the next movie. I love Dwayne Martin, man. He is phenomenal in Scream 2. Definitely one of my favorite side characters. And one that actually lives, too. One that doesn't get just killed off screen or something. Or killed on screen. I oddly want to meet all the parents. I've been like on the fence about this. I've seen a lot of people talking about how we have to meet Christina Carpenter in Scream 6. That has to happen. We got to meet Leslie Mocker, too. It's just like, okay, like I think it almost would be cooler if we didn't, especially with Christina Carpenter. I almost feel like it would be cooler if we did not meet her because she's so distant. She's not in the film at all. And I feel like that's purposeful. She's not in the film to show that she has such a loose connection to her children. And like, that sucks as a parent on her part, but it's really telling as well. It's showing instead of telling you straight to your face, hey, my parents have a horrible relationship with me. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's not super in your face. It's because she's not there. She's absent from this crazy situation that's happening with her kids. It speaks volumes by being so silent, which I think is kind of genius writing, to be honest. Director Tyler Gillette smirked when they asked him if Stu was alive. He's definitely coming back. It's the perfect way to mirror what's going on in the horror genre right now. Okay, here's my question. Here's my retort to that. How is that the perfect way to mirror what's going on in the horror genre right now? Like to make fun of like the requels that are bringing back legacy characters randomly? Because we kind of already did that in Scream 5, right? But I don't know. So apparently this new it's rumored that this new Scream series that they're working on. I'm not sure if it's season 4 of the movie of like the show, or if it's going to actually be something canon to the movies, which I guess it was confirmed that it was going to be something that is going to actually happen in the movie storyline, which the other series don't have anything to do with it, which kind of like is like ugh, what, you know, whatever. I like the first 2 seasons. Season 3 really lost me though of the Scream TV show. So I hope this new one focuses on the time before the first Scream. I think it would be cool. I just saw Danilo's comment about give us Maureen Prescott kill. Yes, I would love to see that. I want to see that. How did that play out? I want to know. So Easton says, "Hey Jake, I know that the killers will be revealed early in Red Right Hand. So will there still be kills because the characters will probably find out early? The characters don't know who the killers are, which is another interesting aspect. That's a great question. The killers are trying to. Okay, no, I'm sorry. The main characters who are not the killers. So me and my brother will be playing both of the killers. The other characters are trying to figure out who Ghostface is, but there's an even bigger threat lurking in the town of Windsor, Ohio. So." Yes, my fan film does take place in the same setting as the second Scream movie, which hearing what you guys say, oh, I don't want another movie at that setting is a little scary, but I think it's gonna be cool. I honestly like what we have set up specifically is very cool. There's just a whole bunch of cool stuff. We're playing off of that scenery a little bit. You might see some familiar locations in Red Right Hand if we get it made. Which, once again, if we don't reach that goal of 5,000, not going to happen, unfortunately. So hopefully we can do that, because I would really want to make this movie happen. We got to get to 50% by the end of this weekend, or we're going to be off schedule. So please donate to that Kickstarter. The link is in the description below. I apologize to the people who have been here this entire stream who have heard me say that probably 3 or 4 times now. Bubs Nuts McGoo. God, I just love that name. That is so funny. This person has been in my streams a few times, and I love it. Can you review The Batman? I heard it's a horror thriller movie. Guess what? I am going like nearly out of state to go see that movie early tonight. I got to drive a long way, but I'm doing it for the channel. I'm very excited. Very excited for that. Balaz Tripe says OG sequel trilogy reboot requel. What next? What next? The sequel to the requel. Requel sequel. They should do a new Nightmare scenario. Real world Ghostface goes after Nev and the rest of the cast at a horror con. That way you could bring back all the actors. I actually wouldn't be opposed to that. That would be a really fun movie. The only problem with that is it wouldn't be canon to the rest of the movies. And like, the thing that's different between the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and the Scream movies is that there's been like one consistent story going through all of the Scream movies, and the Freddy movies get a little like jumbled with the storylines. Like the second movie has virtually nothing to do with the first one. And then the third one kind of goes back to that, and then it kind of gets messed up in 4 and even more messed up in 5. And then Freddy's Dead happens, which is just like, what is going on in this film? So that's I feel like that's kind of why I was like, okay, you know what, screw the story. Let's just do something original and different. Wes Craven Returns does New Nightmare, and it's fucking awesome. I love New Nightmare. New Nightmare is so good. Imagine a Scream movie or fan film where Ghostface or Ghostfaces are not the only killer or killers, and they have different goals. Yeah. Yeah, you should get Red Right Hand funded, because you could see a movie like that. You could see a movie like that. Saitama. Florin, if they bring Stu back, I ask myself, how will they bring him back in which storyline? I like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you explain it well, cool. Yeah. I would love to see Matthew Lillard come back. I mean, his performance in that first one is just so funny. He's so physical too. That's what no one ever talks about that, man. I mean, Jesus, he has given it 110% the whole time in that first movie, and it's so good. I love it. So if he comes back, I'm not going to be like disappointed. Like, I can't imagine that any Scream fan is going to go into a new Scream movie where they bring back Stu, and like, who's going to really be disappointed by that? You know? Like, who's gonna be like, oh, that's ridiculous, this sucks? Like, dude, if it's Stu Macher again, given his 110%, a Matthew Lillard performance like that, how can we complain about that? I genuinely don't think that's the route they're going, because this is a I gotta fix my hair, so you're gonna see my disgusting hair, but This is a franchise rooted much more in reality opposed to something that's like, I don't know, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. So I see the argument for it not happening. Fate Decided is joining the Stu train. I don't think he ever will. He's not the kind of guy for that. The remake of the death of Stu in the new picture, to me, proves that he's dead. That's my opinion. Yeah, we were talking about that a little earlier. I think he's a goner. I mean, the radio silence. I know the radio silence guys have for sure talked about it. You know they have. Come on, how could you not talk about that when you're literally in charge of making the new movie? It's been talked about in the writing room. If they decide to do something like that, I could see it happening. But I just also at the same time, you got to focus on the fact that this is this series is much more rooted in reality. It's not a killer who's impervious to death or anything like that. It's nothing supernatural. If they take that route in a future sequel, it might get a little weird, but I don't know. I just don't think it's happening personally, but it could. Last night I saw the Batman at Fan First premiere, and I got to say it was freaking phenomenal. I'm seeing it tonight, Brandon. Can't wait. If you're a fan of Batman, you won't be disappointed, and it feels like a horror film at some points. That's why I'm really excited for it. It's Matt Reeves doing it. The guy has made some wonderful horror films in the past. I believe he directed Cloverfield, which is like one of my favorite found footage movies ever. Matt Reeves also did the Planet of the Apes remake movies, which aren't bad. I don't love them, honestly. I think they're fine. The original series I love. I love the original Planet of the Apes. I got a box set. Like wait for it. Oh, that one. I got a box set of all the movies. Like right there. It's the yellow and black thing. Wow, I cannot point to save my life. There we go. Hero Light Legend, what's going on? Why hasn't anyone mentioned the fact that Sam and Tara are supposed to be 5 years apart? So that would make Tara 20 since Sam is 25, but Tara's supposed to be in high school. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. When was it mentioned that they were 5 years apart? Because I thought Tara was 18 and Sam's 25. Maybe I missed that, but I don't remember them ever saying that they're 5 years apart. Amber is related to Stu. Trust me, a random family wouldn't want to move into that house. Okay, but here's the other side of that. If this super nice house goes on the market, but all these murders happened there back in 1996, it's gonna be a cheaper house. So like, I feel like it makes sense that the Freeman family moved in there at a cheap price, and they're like, this is a super nice house, and we got it for cheap. Some teenagers died here a couple of years ago. Whatever, it's fine. Who cares? How was Studio 666? I did not get to go see that yet. I'm gonna be honest. Got really busy. I was supposed to see it last Saturday, and I just have not been able to see it. I actually have a poster of it on my wall right now that you guys can't. I wish I could move my setup and show you, but you would not be able to see it. It's that way in this room that I'm in. I have a poster for it. I haven't seen it yet, though. I also have a black phone poster that isn't visible. And do I have the other one? Oh yeah, I have a poster for a movie called The Devil's Lights, which I've never heard of. Jake, you look like Paul Dano. I'll take it. The Riddler looks freaking creepy in this new Batman, though. I don't know if I want to look like that. Wayne asks a great question. How many DVDs and Blu-rays do you own? I have this whole shelf, like half this shelf back here is Blu-rays, DVDs, 4Ks, yada, yada. I did a video on my Patreon going through literally all of them. It was like combined both of those videos. I think it was like an hour long. So I talk about literally everything on the set back there. It was like an hour long video. If you want to go check that out on Patreon, that would be sick. Oh, thank you. Someone pledged $5. Corduroy Boy. I think it was you. I appreciate that. I just saw the number go up. I got it on my phone here. So I appreciate that greatly. Studio 666 had great practical effects and bad CGI. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those movies where I'm like, I love Dave Grohl as a human being. He's just, if anyone is one at life, it's Dave Grohl. It really is. I mean, he just made it as a human being. He just kills it. He can do anything, clearly. He can even make a horror movie. And look, I mean, he did. And it might not be great, but I bet it's awesome. I bet it's pretty cool. So I bet it's a fun little movie. Mr. Zod. What's going on, Mr. Zod? Thank you for stopping by and giving me a super chat. I appreciate that. Mr. Zod runs a very awesome channel where he also talks about movies. Give him a sub if you want. I'm calling it now, Michael. Oh my God. Your boy is dry today. Quote. That's a good quote right there. Your boy is dry. I'm going to get that on a shirt. I'm calling it now. Michael Myers is the one stalking your killers. Wouldn't that be hilarious if I'm hyping up this fan film and it's like, oh yeah, Michael Myers is going to come in the third act. It's going to be great. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do a versus movie and like hype it up to you guys like it was some kind of original slasher. Like I would do a versus movie. I'd be down for that, like a Michael versus Jason kind of movie or something. I would make that, but I wouldn't hype it up like it's something that's like game changing. Like this, I feel like is game changing. We're seeing a movie from the perspective of the Scream killers. We have to see a lot of like. If you think about it, if you really think about like Scream 96, for example, there's a lot of struggles that Billy and Stu had to go through to make all those plans work. I wanted to like, I've watched that movie so many times and I've talked to people about it. And I've said to myself, what was the conversation Billy and Stu had before they went and killed Casey Becker? Like, what was that conversation? How did they plan it all out? Did something go wrong? Like, did everything not go to plan? That's kind of a lot of what Red Right Hand is. Red Right Hand is like seeing that other side of the typical story, but it does not go anywhere close to on track. It's not on track. It's not to the plan. Very interesting stuff. You think we could get like 3 to 4 killers in Scream 6? 2 killers have been done to death, says Lei TheNerd. Yeah, I think that what we could get in Scream 6 is, because I feel like if you have a killer reveal where it's just 3 people, like, okay, you did that to have 3 killers. I think do it with a point. Do it with a punctuation on the fact that there's 3 people this time opposed to 2. And that's what's going to be really interesting about the mystery, because you're going to be looking for 2 people. Because basically every Scream movie has had 2 killers. We can fight all day about Scream 3. There was 2 killers in that movie, and one of them got away. But I genuinely think you could have a killer not get revealed at the end and screw over their counterparts in some kind of capacity and move on to live to see another day and get to be in the next movie. Which is why I think that one why I think Scream 7 has to happen. What is the current level for Red Right Hand's funding? We're at $1,202. So if we can get to 5K in 24 days, it'll happen. It'll happen. And like I said, if literally everyone just donates a buck, we'll get there. But then also, if you want to support me at other tiers, there's like a bunch of really cool stuff you can get. Like I was talking a little bit earlier. See these little ghost face guys on the screen? You can get an enamel pin of them at a certain tier. You can also get a VHS of Red Right Hand, like an actual. We're gonna print a bunch of VHS copies. It's gonna have a really cool slipcover. We're already designing it. It's gonna look sweet. We put a lot of work into this, guys, and I really want it to happen. It's one of those things that it's going to be one of the coolest projects I ever do in my entire life, and I really, really, really want it to happen. So if you guys can help me out with that, I would appreciate it. Literally, if you want to just support the movie for a buck, I would appreciate that. But there's also some really good tiers up there for to get some cool stuff. You could be in the movie too if you got the money. Spend it. There's you have an opportunity to be in the movie in some capacity. It's kind of a spoiler, but like you'll see. Going to see the Batman, saying it enters the horror realm. You going to see it, KillJoy? Yes, I am. I'm going to see it literally after this live stream. So after I end this, I have to end at 5:30 because I got to start driving. Then it's about I can't. It's nowhere near my house, of course, where they're showing it. So I have to go an hour out, but it's okay. Everything's fine. I'm gonna go see that tonight. I'm gonna put up a review at midnight tonight of the Batman. So I'm very excited. I hope people watch it. I know it's not like horror, so to say, but I guess it delves into that realm a little bit of horror. So that's why I feel okay to cover it. I'm excited for it nonetheless. I'm a huge Batman fan. I've seen all the movies, even the old school 1960s Batman. Like I've seen that movie, which is hilarious. Shark repellent is the opening scene. That's the one thing I remember from that movie, and the excellent performances from all of the from all the villains as well. Jason Dyer, thank you again for another super chat. I really appreciate it, man. Seriously. You're making Red Right Hand happen. You really are. So I appreciate that. Do you think Michael Myers is staring at the window looking for Art the Clown? Can't wait for Terrifier 2. Red Right Hand will happen. Thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate it, man. This is actually a great question, which segues me to a Terrifier 2 update. I don't know if you guys are excited for that or not. I know this is Scream 6. This is supposed to be about Scream 6, but I'm very excited to talk about Terrifier 2 as well. We recently had an update from the guys behind that movie, Terrifier 2, where they talked a little bit about the film, when it's coming out, some little more details about it. They're going up head to head with Michael Myers now in October. That's when Terrifier 2 is going to come out. And they said, yeah, bring it on. We want the competition. That's how confident they are in their film. And something that DHT, David Howard Thornton, said was, I won't be staring at myself in the window this time. I'll be killing people. It'll be brutal, which is so funny. I just love that so much. I love the talk back and forth between these movies. There's a rivalry. There's a rivalry now. I kind of want to see Michael Myers and Art the Clown fight each other, honestly. I wonder who would win that fight. So we know who would win if Jason and Freddy fought now. So who wins that fight? Question mark. The Batman fans know no limits. Watch it. I can't wait to watch it. It's almost 3 hours long. I mean, I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. I love, honestly, The Dark Knight's probably my favorite, but like, that's everyone's favorite Batman movie. Come on. Be original, Jake. Jeez. Although Batman 89 is a close second. I don't know, man. I think The Dark Knight's probably going to be my favorite. It's perfect. It's a perfect movie. There's not a flaw in that whole film. It's so good. It's so fast paced. I don't love Christopher Nolan's style all that much, but man, The Dark Knight just hits. I haven't seen Batman Begins is the one I haven't rewatched recently. I have seen, and actually the other Christopher Nolan movie. I recently rewatched the Tim Burton films and like can't remember the third one, what the title of the third one is. I know Batman and Robin is the last one, but I've recently rewatched all those, and those are silly fun, man. Those are a lot of fun. I love those movies. What if Scream 6 does something where they have multiple ghost faces, but none of them are working together? That would be kind of interesting to see. You will like Red Right Hand if you like that idea. Ghostface is trying to figure some stuff out, even though they're not working together. Just saying. Get Red Right Hand funded. I love your Ghostface shirt. Oh my God. Thank you, Tempest. I appreciate it. This glows in the dark too. Like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to show y'all. All right. Total darkness. Look at that. It kind of glows. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I thought it was cool. All right. Turning the lights back on. I got some studio lights. I had some studio lights in my room here. It's crazy. If you guys can see what I'm seeing right now, it's very strange. Heath Ledger. Yes, that is why The Dark Knight is so good. My God. I mean, what a performance. There's a lot of horror movies that scare me, but Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker is what scares me the most. That's what keeps me up at night. Dude, the pencil thing. Oh my God. The pencil thing is just messed up. I love it. What's your favorite Halloween movie or movies? Every Halloween, I watch the same two movies. I start off with Trick or Treat, and then I watch Halloween 1978. That's what I watch every Halloween. Ironically, I have a lot of bad luck on Halloween, so I don't go out that night. I've had some tough nights on Halloween night for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's probably a coincidence. I hate to sound superstitious, but I don't go out on Halloween anymore. Like I've had too many bad experiences on Halloween that I've just been like, you know what? I'm staying in. I'm watching horror movies. Screw it. Batman and Robin fell asleep in the theater. Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst ones. Batman and Robin is rough. The villains especially are just not it, Chief. Glowing Ghostface versus gorgeous ladies of wrestling. What? I leave my comp and miss live streams. Hi all. What's up, Jen? What's going on, Jen? Jen is in the chat. Yeah, I'm excited for Scream 6 though, nonetheless. I think it's going to be good. You got to question, like, what is this movie going to be about though? Are we going to stick with the same characters? What are some of our new characters we're going to meet? So many questions. Alejandro asks a great question here. Favorite radio silence movie? I like Ready or Not is probably my favorite, but Scream 2022 is a close second. I recently ranked them and I put Scream above Ready or Not, but dude, I watched Ready or Not the other day. Oh, that's such a good movie, dude. Ready or Not is just it's probably my favorite horror film of 2019. It's so good. I love that movie so much. Sky, what's going on, Sky? What if Scream 6 kills off all OG characters and ushers in a new cast of teens? I hope not, because killing Sidney Prescott off, dude, man, that would be rough. That would be really rough. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I would want them to kill Sidney, honestly. I'm down to focus on some new characters because clearly these guys can write good characters. I don't know about you guys, but I loved the majority of the characters in this new one, especially the surviving cast. I have a lot of good intentions going into this next one. If they kept alive like Liv and Wes, who were mildly underdeveloped, then like, I'd be like, okay, well, they're probably gonna die. But like, I don't know which surviving killer is gonna, or which surviving character is gonna get killed off. I really don't. I don't know what's gonna happen for the opening kill. It's got to be somebody that survived though, because it's either that or you're gonna have 6 characters that are not going to be Ghostface in this new movie. So you got to kill one of them off. So one of them's gonna die in the opening scene or early on, I think for sure. Favorite underrated 90s movie? That's tough, dude. Underrated 90s movie. I fucking love The Faculty, written by Kevin Williamson. I don't know if it's underrated, but I really love that movie. It's a fun time. I recently rewatched that. That's pretty good. Jason Dyer just killing it with these super chats. Thank you again, my guy. Thank you. What movie would you like to see become a franchise? I would love to see Hellfest, The Haunts, My Bloody Valentine, and of course more Terrifier movies. Great choices. I love Haunts. I don't know if The Haunt is something different. Haunts from 2019 is a really good movie though, and I would love to see that and Hellfest, which Hellfest and Haunts are like kind of similar movies. I could see either of those being franchises. Great movies. I think I like Haunts just a little more, but Hellfest was also fun. My only problem with Hellfest is like the characters just kind of suck at points, but they have good moments too. A lot of that script, I guess, was improvised, which is interesting. I did some behind the scene. I watched some of the behind the scenes stuff of that, and yeah. I would love to see, actually, to answer your question though, I would love to see Killer Clowns from Outer Space become a franchise. That's like my number one out of anything, because oh my god, why did they not make like 100 sequels to that movie? They could have, and they all would have been great. That's not that crazy of a concept to make a bunch of B movies of. I feel like, why not? They should definitely make another one of those for sure. For sure. Do you think we could get references to Danny, the Dead by Daylight Ghostface? Well, I'll tell you what, one of his costumes in Dead by Daylight is this guy right here. So maybe that's just going to happen in a certain fan film that may or may not be happening if we can get to $5,000 on the old Kickstarter. So there you go, y'all. I'm just spoiling the whole. I'm actually not spoiling the whole movie. There's things I haven't even talked about yet that are in this film that is gonna shock everybody if we can make it happen. I love Dead by Daylight. By the way, I would love to do a gaming channel one day. One day it'll happen. And I'll probably play like horror games. I'll probably focus on that, but I'll also do some of the like other stuff. I want to play that new Elden Ring or whatever. It sounds like it's really hard, so like that's something I'm down for. So I don't know. I'm interested in playing that. I heard about Beetlejuice too. Yeah. So I haven't even read the article yet. But I remember like last year there was like a big news on Beetlejuice too. Like, oh, it's happening for sure. Here we are a year later with what is it? Brad Pitt says he's interested in producing. Is that what it was? Dude, I hope it happens. That's another one. Yeah. That's another one that I would love to see happen one day, is another Beetlejuice film. I love that first one. It's iconic. So hopefully we get another one of those. A new Bloody Valentine's Day film. Jason did mention that as well. I would love to see a sequel to the original, not the remake. Not a big fan of the remake, honestly. Elden Ring, that's what it's called. Thank you, Sky. Yes. It's impossible. I hear it's pretty tough. I've watched some gameplay of it, and wow, it looks crazy. So I love games like that though. Personally, I love getting pissed at a game and like just having to go through it 100 times to get it. So I love that. Green Foxy Bro, they're not going to make Scream 6. Well, I got some bad news for you, Green Foxy Bro. It's already confirmed. It's already happening. They actually already have a location for it. They're already planning to film it this summer in Montreal. So if you ever need teammates for Dead by Daylight, hit me up. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would love to play that live with like everybody. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun if I did a gaming live stream and I'm like, hey, come on in, let's do this. Or we did some Among Us Ghostface style or something. I don't know. I feel like I can't do gaming content on this channel though, because like that might turn some people away. I kind of get like, I'm kind of stuck talking about horror movies. Not that that's a bad thing. I love talking about horror movies, but there are like other movies I'm interested in, like the Batman. I'm doing this review tonight and I'm a little worried. Like I'm thinking, should I put my focus into making a different video? But I'm really excited about the Batman. I really want to talk about it. And I'm sure with this movie being 3 hours, I'm probably going to be able to talk about it for like another 3 hours. So When a stranger calls. When a stranger calls. I like that. Do you think Halloween Kills will be the final, or Halloween Ends will be the final Halloween movie? I honestly hope so. There are way too many of them, and I don't like the different storylines with no sense. Halloween 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So I hope they keep making Halloween movies. I mean, personally, I really do like the new David Gordon Green trilogy. 4, 5, and 6, pretty iffy about. I love 4, but I don't love 5 and 6. I like Halloween 3 though. Halloween 3 isn't a Halloween movie. See, that's just Season of the Witch. That's how I feel about it. I'd be down for some more Halloween. It has to be something inspired though. Don't just pump out another Halloween movie to pump it out, you know? Like start a new timeline or remake it. Remake it. I say we're going to get sick of requels eventually. So Jason Dyer just 4 for 4 today. Oh my God. Jason, I would give you a hug if I could. Name 5 horror movies you would want to become video games. Oh, well, actually, at the top of that list was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I believe had a video game before in the past, but we're getting a new updated version of it with this new game. I'm so pumped for that. Very excited for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I will be buying that as soon as possible, as soon as that comes out. Another horror movie I would love to see become a game, though, is like, man, that's tough. I got to think about this. Something where you're fighting a lot of monsters, like the old Evil Dead games. I used to play those all the time when I was young, and I love those so much. You're just kind of running around as Ash, and you kind of play through a loose version of like the storyline from the first three movies, and you're just killing deadites, and you're collecting parts to build stuff and all this. It's a lot of fun. I love those old Evil Dead games so much. Evil Dead's a great game. That would be a good one to develop. Maybe the Wreck movies. I feel like that could be fun because you got to fight zombie. It would maybe be like The Last of Us, where like you got to fight zombies and like you got to run to different places. They're fast zombies, so like they would probably kill you really quickly. My one thing about zombie games that bugs me is when like you get bitten by a zombie and you're fine, like you just spray something on you. I like harder video games where it's like if you get bitten, you're done. Like that is it. I like games like that. A Critters video game is needed. That would be funny. That would be hilarious. What's your favorite scary movie? What's my favorite scary movie? Dude, there's so many scary movies. How do I answer that? There's so many scary movies. What? And yes, there is a new Evil Dead game coming. I'm pumped for that. I don't know if anything's going to beat that OG one. I played it on like the PlayStation 1 when I was just a youngin'. I don't know if anything's gonna beat that. I got some nostalgia for that game. Are they making Stu Macher's fate unexplained along the franchise? So yeah, I mean, as of right now, it is unexplained. We have no answer to that question. It's a good question too. Are they just gonna not comment on it, or like, what if at the beginning of Scream 6 they're just kind of like, oh yeah, that Stu Macher guy's dead? I don't know. I mean, I say it goes. It's one of those things where if they decide to take it that route, you gotta set it up correctly. What is wrong? Like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. I don't need to hear anything. There we go. A Nightmare on Elm Street video game would be fun. Make it a mystery and transitions to dream fights. That would be a lot. That would be fun. A modern version of that would be sick because there's not a lot you can do with like 8-bit. I believe there's an 8-bit Freddy Krueger game, and it's probably fine, you know. So Saw as a game can be either Jigsaw or a victim in a trap. That would be sweet. There's a Saw video game, I believe. It's really rare and obscure, though, I've heard. My brother's a big fan of it. Thank you so much, Lei TheNerd. Thank you so much. Thank you. Red Right Hand shall happen. Yes, we're getting closer. I'm literally, all these super chats are going to Red Right Hand. I'm going to put it all in there myself, and I appreciate it. Thank you. We're gonna get there. We are gonna get there eventually. So I hope. I really hope. I want to make this movie so bad, guys. I can't even explain to you how excited I am for it. It's so crazy. It's so different from anything y'all have seen before. And it's emotional too. It's got some really emotional moments. Like, you see struggles happen with it's not all silly stuff. Like, there's some silly stuff, there's some gory and scary stuff, and then there's some really emotional stuff as well that I'm so excited to bring to life. What celebrity cameo would you like to see in Scream 6? This is actually a great question. I have not watched Euphoria, but I know that a lot of the actors and actresses on that show are great. And where do we get, like, this is a series that focuses a lot on the younger generation. And that's kind of some of the audience coming to these movies. Not all. There's the nostalgic people who saw the Scream in 1996 who are coming to this movie as well. And that's a great crowd as well. But a big crowd that's coming to this new movie is a younger generation that's getting interested in Scream again. So I could definitely see them pulling some people from Euphoria. When I talked about that movie recently, oh my God, Jason Dyer, bro, thank you. I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you so much. This is insane. Jason, you're the man. Jason and Lei TheNerd, you people are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. To answer your question, have you ever watched Cemetery Man or Mr. Frost, underrated movies? No, but I'm adding them to the watch list. Because of these live streams, guys, I have like pages and pages and pages of movies I have to watch that, like, you guys are just throwing things at me. I'm like, what even is that? Cemetery Man? I'm writing it down. Cemetery Man. You know, I always thought, because of Pet Cemetery, that's how you spelled cemetery, with an S. Incorrect. That is not how you spell cemetery, is what I learned recently. What will be the title, says operator number 1. If you're talking about Scream 6, great question. Screams, The Scream, Scream 2, Scream 2 2023, 2024. I don't know, man. What should they title the new Scream? I mean, I don't think there's no route you can go where it's not going to sound a little cheesy, you know? You can call it Scream 6 straight up, but like, you didn't call the last one Scream 5, so that's kind of weird. I don't think it's going to be Scream 6. It's going to be something with a tagline, screams, scream, just scream again, scream forever after, Scream the final chapter. Eli Roth would be a good cameo. Dude, what would an Eli Roth Scream movie look like? How effing weird would that be? I love Eli Roth. Like, honestly, I just love his movies. I have not come across a single horror movie made by Eli Roth that I have not liked. That guy is just does not miss when it comes to horror. Anything else, on the other hand, pretty iffy. The House with a clock in its walls. It's I don't know. That movie was whack. If we are talking Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney, I talked about her a little bit in my Scream 6. I did a video a little while ago about that. Would be great in Scream. I would also love to see Heather Langenkamp. Oh, dude, that would be sick. Heather Langenkamp in a Scream movie. That's perfect, because like, you're now in 2 Wes Craven trilogy or series. Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, Operator 1, I agree. I don't think it'll be Scream 6. Thoughts on the Blob 1988? Ooh, I haven't seen that movie in so long. That's the remake of the original Blob. I don't think I've ever seen the original, now that I think about it. I've definitely seen the remake, which I love. I love movies where you have a monster that's like, how do we kill this thing? It's so Like, it's so insanely out there. It's such a crazy difference thing. How do we take this thing down? And they figure it out at the last minute, and they do it. I love movies like that. And The Blob 1988 is a perfect example of that. The Stuff is another good movie that's like that. I love The Stuff. Those movies are very similar in my mind. Coupe de Ouf. What's going on? What's going on, Coupe de Ouf? I'm unfortunately going to have to stop the stream soon, although we're killing it right now, everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up and saying hi to me. I get a little lonely in this room all day, so I appreciate it. Norbert, what's going on? Scream 6 opening, they show us 3 people. Kill Maureen Prescott, CGI Billy and Stu, and one more man, and he is the killer in Scream 6. So there was another person a part of Roman's plan. Ooh, okay. I'm down for that. I'd be down for that. That'd be sick. Florence's last question for today. I would love to talk about horror movies with you for a whole day. I would too. I would love to talk to you all I would go live for an entire 24-hour day. Do you like more 90s horror movies or the new horror movies? See, that's tough because I have I have nostalgia for these older films. I have this part of me that loves those older movies. So I like the thing I revolve around the most, I think, like my favorite is like 70s. I love late 70s horror films, just hit different for me. There's something about that time period that was just my favorite. I do love a lot of the modern horror films though today. Anyone saying horror is dead is not watching any of the good horror movies that come out. There's something like every week that comes out. There's this movie coming out on Hulu like in 2 days called Fresh, and it looks awesome. I mean, like, super interesting idea. Definitely look into that. I want to answer a few more Red Right Hand questions before I end the stream. Red Right Hand release date. We're looking forward to putting it out on December 20th, which is the 26th anniversary of the original Scream. That's this year. Would love to release it that day. Once again, it's got to get funded, and everything has to go to plan for that to happen, and that typically doesn't happen. But who knows? I think we got it though. I want Samara Weaving in Scream 6. Yes, absolutely. I think, dude, Samara Weaving as the killer in Scream 6. Come on. Tell me that wouldn't be sick. Tell me that wouldn't be sick. I would love that. Don't know if it's because of sleepaway camp so much, but I would literally give anything to see Felissa Rose appear in a Scream movie. That would be a good one. That would be good. Jeffrey Combs would be another good one. I love Felissa Rose is phenomenal too. Felissa Rose needs another big horror movie for sure. She's been in a lot of other like really campy B movies that unfortunately don't get a whole lot of light shined on them. She's going to be in Terrifier 2 in a cameo appearance. And she's also going to be in this new film called Stream that I recently backed the Indiegogo campaign for. It's from some of the same guys that were doing Terrifier 2. A good friend of mine, Michael Levy. And they're making this new movie. I'm very excited for it. It's basically a bunch of killers in a hotel, and they keep people hostage and shit. It sounds crazy. Thank you, Yusuf. Roman is so underrated. I appreciate that you put him at rank 5. I think he's great. I think he's a great killer. I think he's great. In a movie with a lot of crap, he makes it worth it. That third act of Scream 3 is worth some of the BS that happens in between. So I really like Roman as a killer. I really do. He does not get enough credit. Last question. I'm sorry, everybody. I just want to answer all these questions. I'm seeing a lot of good ones too. But top 5 Friday the 13th movies. Oh, this is a tough one. This is a tough one because there's a lot of good Friday the 13th movies. The thing about the Friday the 13th films is that there's a lot of them with the exact same concept, but they have one thing that's spun around different. Jason Dyer, thank you so much, man. Just massive shout out to this guy. This guy is single-handedly making Red Right Hand happen right now, and I appreciate it. Jason, given a $20 super chat plus multiple other $5 super chats. Thank you, Jason. Have a great day. You deserve it. Thank you for the great videos. Friday the 13th, we miss you. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate it, man. It's because of people like Jason that we're able to do these fun projects on the side. It really is. I mean, your support, I could not appreciate it more. Thank you so much, dude. I hope you're hearing this. I just appreciate it a lot because we're able to do this. We're able to do crazy things like this because of people like you, dude. I just appreciate it. I really don't think you're going to be disappointed in Red Right Hand, the full length thing, because we know what we're doing now. We have the equipment. We're good to, I mean, we are ready to make this movie. We could start doing it today if we had the money. So thank you. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Sadie Sink would be great. Okay, but top 5 Friday films. I'm not gonna lose track of that. My favorites are honestly, like, I love Part 4. I don't know if I could rank these all right now. I'd have to rewatch some of them. I love Part 4. I love Part 2. I love Jason X. Fight me, it's in my top 5 now. I've seen it so many times. I love Jason X. I said Part 2. I said Part 4. Part 7 is very underrated. I love Part 7. What else would be in my top 5? Maybe Freddy vs. Jason. Honestly, Freddy vs. Jason has really grown on me. That was one I watched again recently, maybe like a couple of months ago. And wow, that's a good film. That's a really good movie. It's underrated. It has some silly points. It does, admittedly. But it also has some great kills. And that ending fight scene is worth the whole movie. The cornfield party is great. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to answer one more question because I'm just seeing some good stuff here. Do you know Sleepaway Camp? Yes, I love the first Sleepaway Camp. It's so good. It's so fucking funny. Oh my God. Watch Sleepaway Camp. Yes. The sequels are all garbage. Every single one of them is trash, but that first one is so good. Oh my God. Love the first Sleepaway Camp a lot. You want to see something that just takes a typical slasher movie format and just decides to mess with the tone in every which way? That's that movie for you. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining the stream. I greatly appreciate it. I just wanted to say thank you again to Jason Dyer and Lei TheNerd for the super chats. I'm putting it all towards Red Right Hand. Could not appreciate it more. Thank you guys so much. You guys are making this movie happen, straight up. So I appreciate it so much. Cannot wait for this project to be funded so we can start doing all the other pre-production stuff. So hopefully we can get there. Once again, if you guys can back Red Right Hand, the Kickstarter link should be in the description below. It says that right there. I would greatly appreciate anybody who donated to that and supported us there. Thank you all again for watching the stream. I hope we talked a little bit about Scream 6 at one point. I got a little carried away and excited, but I appreciate you all for stopping by and saying hello to me. But this is the time I do have to go. So everyone have a great day. Don't forget to kill it out there. And I just hope you guys have a great day. I don't know what else to say. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see the Batman. I'm going to drive there right now. So going to see the